Just to tell you a little history about the old sand buggies, so when they first formed the Hall of Fame in Reno, Nevada, and they wanted an old sand buggy to put into this thing. They wanted to recognize all types of off-road racing. I remember Herman Booy built this car for his cousin, Henry Eckhart, and I contacted George Eckhart, and I bought this car and restored it for the Hall of Fame. Herman built this thing, and you can see he put coilover shocks in the front, and he got lights on it because we used to go out in the dunes at night a lot. And these buggies were pretty famous for doing wheel stands. So they were a fun vehicle to drive, and like you can see, the tires are just implement tires grooved. They didn't have the paddle tires like they do today. Herman was a pretty innovative guy, and I've got pictures of this out in the sand dunes, and it's amazing what these little cars do. There's no hill that they can't go up. Herman actually built me a couple sand drag cars, a funny car and a dragster. And Herman did all the welding himself. And these welds are not heliarc, this is called silver brazing. Of course, it started out before they even had the sand tires and grooving them. It started out with just like an 820-15, and they would weld two Lincoln wheels together. They did this for actually stability and traction to climb the hills. They weren't very good over the rough terrain. As you can see, they got shocks on the front, but the rear end was welded solid. There's no shocks in the rear. So it's a pretty rough ride, but you see those seats are nothing but a piece of fiberglass with a little light pad on them. And also you see right here, turning brakes for sharp turning and all, because the front end's not on the ground much and you want to be able to turn, so you use these things, the right and left turning brake on it. And there wasn't any trick gear shifters in those days. You can see Herman made this thing. Later on, they came along with automatic transmissions in them. During the winter months, we'd go out almost every weekend, especially on your big holidays, starting in October with Halloween and then Thanksgiving and New Year's, President's Day. I did that up to just a few years ago. I still went to Glamis. I like racing. If it had anything to do with racing, I was always involved. I don't care whether it was boats, sand buggies, or top fuel cars, and of course off-road racing. And today I still go to Death Valley, Calico Ghost Town, Truck Haven, all those. It's a little slower pace, which works for me. I still have a Pro Mod car, we call it. We run it. Corey Mack, who used to drive my top fuel car, he drives my Pro Mod car now, Bob DeVore, and we run 100 yards in 2.6 seconds at 135. It's got a Brad Anderson, all aluminum fathead blown alcohol motor.